Hundreds of thousands of students and workers are unable to enter. More than 34,000 of them recently signed an online petition calling on the government to ease the measures.
Hi guys, this is Alan. Welcome back to this channel, Gaijin World. And sa video na to, pag-usapan natin yung mga latest update tungkol sa travel ban dito sa Japan and sa Omicron virus update. Kung gaano na ba kalala ang sitwasyon dito, abangan ninyo, alamin natin sa video na ito. So according sa NHK World Japan, foreign students urge Japan to relax its entry ban. So panoorin natin tong video na to, tingnan natin kung anong report ang hatid ng video na to.
Hundreds of thousands of students and workers are unable to enter. More than 34,000 of them recently signed an online petition calling on the government to ease the measures. Organizers of the petition held a news conference on Thursday. They said they collected the signatures in just 20 days. Delia Visser from Holland waited 2 years to enter the country. The 24-year-old hoped to enroll in a Japanese language school, but eventually gave up on her plans.
I was very stressed because I had to give up on my dreams. I was thinking about living in Japan in the future, but because of the government's entry restrictions, I no longer want to.
An online survey of 3,000 international students found more than half have been waiting for a year or longer. Many have been taking online classes in the meantime, but nearly 40% said they would abandon their studies if they could not enter Japan by April, which is the start of the new semester.
Students don't want to take online anymore because the only reason why they took online classes is because they believed if they start online, they can switch to in-person classes soon. Now they know that this is not true because the government is not opening the borders.
Japan has banned the entry of virtually all non-resident foreign nationals for most of the pandemic. The government eased the restriction in November, but reinstated it after the World Health Organization identified Omicron as a variant of concern. The measure will be in place until at least the end of February.
Okay, so according naman sa japantoday.com, students across the world who have been unable to enter Japan for study due to the current COVID-19 entry ban mostly feel that their mental health has deteriorated, a private survey showed. David Rossi, who runs a Tokyo-based company helping foreign students study in Japan, said his online survey conducted for 10 days through Sunday found that 58.4% of 3,115 respondents felt their mental health significantly declined and 26.2% slightly declined. Japan has banned entries by foreigners in principle since November 30 following the spread of the highly contagious Omicron virus variant across the world. Students unable to come to Japan complain about being forced to alter their life plans and having to rely on online classes at inconvenient hours due to time differences, Rossi said. In total, almost 85% said they are mentally affected, he said during an online press conference, adding that the Japanese government should stop considering international students a major threat to the country's fight against the pandemic. Rossi said the government should start accepting international students immediately as every other G7 and OECD country is already doing, referring to nations belonging to Group of Seven and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. At least the government should present a clear roadmap as to how students will enter the country, said Rossi, who set up an organization last April to support foreign students affected by Japan's border controls. One respondent was quoted as saying, "It got so bad that I contemplated suicide many times, and that she should have chosen to learn Korean instead because all my friends who chose that are enjoying their life and not feeling suicidal every day." Giulia Luzzo, a 27-year-old Italian graduate school student, told press conference that a scholarship for studying at a Japanese university she had been qualified to receive was cancelled since she could not travel to Japan, forcing her to give up her dream of becoming a researcher of Japanese literature. "I could not give a living in Japan, so I decided to continue to learn Japanese to work in Japan in the future. but sometimes I feel that all of my hard work would end up in vain, she said. Instead of studying in Japan, 46.4% of the respondents switched to studying in a different country. Among those who have made such a change, around 27% picked South Korea, the survey showed. The respondents are of 101 nationalities with 83.7% under 30 years of age. During the online press conference, Japanese language teacher from Myanmar, Tu Zo-tat, said his petition campaign demanding relaxing of Japan's border controls for overseas students has collected over 34,000 signatures as of Thursday since it started on January 7. So ayan guys, medyo talagang stressful na sa ngayon itong nangyayaring travel ban dito sa Japan, lalo na sa ating mga aspiring students dito sa Japan. And hindi lang yon, meron din tayong balita galing sa Kyodo News, related naman ito sa mga foreign technical trainees. And according sa news, the number of foreign technical trainees working in Japan declined for the first time in October last year, down 12.6% year-on-year due to tighter border controls amid the coronavirus pandemic, government data showed Friday. But the overall number of foreign workers, including technical trainees, hit a record 1.72 million. Nevertheless, the figure recorded since 2007, when the government began requiring employers to register such workers, only increased 0.2% from a year earlier. The number of trainees from developing countries under Japan's technical intern program, which has been criticized as being a cover for companies to import cheap labor from other Asian nations, came to 351,788, the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare said. The number of people working part-time while in Japan for non-working purposes, such as study, has also declined, down 9.7%. Japan's demand for foreign workers has been growing due to a labor shortage caused by the nation's rapidly aging population. In response to the pandemic, however, the government temporarily suspended entry to the country by non-resident foreign nationals from the end of 2020. In November last year, the government eased the measure and started accepting new entry applications from companies and educational institutions for individuals from overseas. But the spread of highly transmissible Omicron variant prompted the government to again basically ban the entry of non-resident foreign nationals. By nationality, Vietnamese accounted for the largest share of foreign workers at 26.2% or 453,344, followed by Chinese at 23% or 397,084 and Filipinos at 11.1% or 191,083, the ministry said. By prefecture, Tokyo had the most foreign workers at 485,382, followed by Aichi Prefecture at 177,769 and Osaka at 111,862. Japan created a new visa system in April 2019 to bring in more blue-collar workers from overseas to address its acute labor shortage, marking a major policy shift from its traditionally strict immigration rules. And as of today, okay guys, January 28, 2022, the Tokyo Metropolitan Government on Friday reported 17,631 new coronavirus cases, up 1,093 from Thursday and 6,839 from last Friday. By age group, 3,946 cases were in their 20s, 3,407 in their 30s, 2,886 in their 40s, and 1,654 in their 50s, while 1,925 were aged between 10 to 19 and 2,165 younger than 10. And the number of infected people hospitalized with severe symptoms in Tokyo is 20, up to from Thursday, health officials said. The nationwide figure was 697, up 160 from Thursday. And other prefectures reporting high numbers were, eto po, nakalagay na sa screen at yan, basahin nyo na lang po dahil maraming numbers. Pero nangunguna dyan ang Chiba. Ayan, sa dami ng nagkaka-COVID dito ngayon sa Japan. Ito yung mga prefectures na parami ng parami ang nagkakaroon ng Omicron virus. And as of the moment din po guys, Ayan, the tally eclipsed the previous record high of 16,538 logged Thursday kahapon when the nationwide count of new COVID-19 infections neared 80,000 cases na po. Ayan, 80,000 cases na po ang may COVID dito sa Japan as of January 28. And currently, 34 out of the country's 47 prefectures have been placed under a quasi-state of emergency that allows local authorities to ask restaurants and bars to shorten their business hours and limit or stop the serving of alcohol. So ayan guys, I hope nagkaroon ng linaw sa inyo yung mga latest news related sa Omicron and sa travel ban. Ayan, narinig natin yung mga opinions ng mga ibang mga students na sumuko na sa paghihintay at hindi na nila i-pursue yung kanilang pag-aaral dito bagkos ay maghahanap na lang sila ng ibang countries like South Korea kung saan ay bukas para sa mga foreign students. Ayan guys, kung nagustuhan nyo tong video na to, please like this video and mag-comment na rin kayo. I-share nyo na rin to sa mga naghihintay ng news related sa travel ban dito sa Japan, and sa mga nakapag-subscribe na at patuloy sa panonood ng aming mga YouTube videos, thank you so much for watching. And sa mga hindi pa nakapag-subscribe at nanonood naman dito sa aming YouTube channel, i-like mo na or mag-subscribe ka na and i-hit mo yung notification bell para lagi kang updated sa mga latest happenings dito sa Japan. Ayan. Thank you so much for watching again. This is Alan and abangan nyo yung aming mga susunod pa mga videos ni upload. I will see you on our next video. Bye!